the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave.
Yes. Oh my God, there's people that pack the food and put it in a fucking box for us. That's insane. Why would I feel so ungrateful that I have to do that. That's so sad for me.
Gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this.
Why do we pay lights? Go live by a fire, gang. Go set a fire, bro. You ain't gotta have electricity. Nobody told you to have electricity, bro. You ain't gotta have electricity, fam. Get you a wind, solar, whatever. Get you a windmill. You know what I'm saying? Set it up out in the woods. Start collecting energy, bro. You be good. Do your thing. Like, what?
That's just the way it is, bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big-ass fucking plantation, man. A big-ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire? Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man.
Retiring from something is strictly a human invention, brother. What other animal gets to retire? None of them.
I don't give a fuck about who president.
What other living organism gets to retire from their job? And they think, and that's an expectation for them that they have. None.
Left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm going to walk in there. They going to ask me, why do you even want this job?
I don't.
Because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man. What the
So, yeah, man, I seen this going viral, and I'm just like, honestly, I feel like there's one of these every couple years or so where there's someone that's kind of saying similar stuff, and it's like, it's like, you know, they get on there and they y'all shout about how America is so terrible and late stage capitalism and corporations and blah 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 blah, and I gotta work a job and yeah. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like it's not the best. Like I wanna be more than just a 9-to-5 slave. You know, I've trying to break away personally and start businesses and do different stuff to kind of not have to do that. Make my own thing. But at the same time, like no one really is forcing you into this system. You're really forcing yourself into the system if you really think about it. Like for real though, if you really think about it, like no one's really forcing you to work. You could literally stop. Like you don't have to get a job at all. And actually in America is one of the few countries, and there's other countries, but it's one of the few countries where you can literally choose not to work, be a healthy working age, and the government could potentially still give you some kind of benefits. It's not, I'm not saying it's simple, but it's possible. People have definitely scammed the system and found a way to get, I know for sure everybody in my neighborhood was getting food stamps and they weren't working and they all was able-bodied and they all could have worked. Damn near everybody I knew was getting at least a couple hundred in food stamps every month for sure. Hey, not a lot, but you could feed yourself for at least a week or two back then off the 200, you know what I'm saying? So I see stuff like this and I just think to myself, I'm like, what other living organism is able to just exist? Like, what do y'all want to do? Like, what do you want to do? Every other living organism has to work for its food. They have to. They have to work for their food. They have to defend their shelter. Like, there's literally not a single one. Like, what other biological organism is able to just wake up and exist and do art? Like none. There's literally no. A bee got to go out, get up, work, make the honey. An ant got to go out, collect food, bring it back for the better of the hive. They got to do what's better for the system, bro. Like every single living, an ape and a fucking giraffe, a zebra, like all of them, bro. Like there's literally not a single one. You could what? You want to be a lion? You got to go chase your food. Like. You have to do something to survive, like to exist. And yes, those all animals are well adapted to living outside, or they find some kind of shelter. They build shelter. They protect themselves from other predators. Like, bro, like what are you upset about? You're upset that there's food in the grocery stores and I gotta get a job so I can afford to buy it. Yeah, you do. Listen. If you want to learn how to hunt, if you want to learn how to fish, you want to make your own shelter, you can do so. You can get you a little shack right out in the woods right now. Guaranteed. I don't know, maybe not completely for free. There might be some hurdles you have to jump. But at the end of the day, you can go around the system. That's just the truth. And like everyone's falling for like, oh, I gotta work a 9 to 5. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Groceries are expensive. It's like, in reality though, you don't really have to do that. All the things I just laid out for you are available to everybody. You just gotta be willing to put in the time and the effort and learn the skills and get good at those things. Most people don't want to. Most people want a fucking first world, overly privileged, easy life. You can be mad at the corporations for trying to make money off of you. You can be mad at them. But at the end of the day, you're a worker bee. You're a worker bee and you're paying into the system. You're paying into the system. You're doing these things so the system the queen bee can feed itself. The queen bee being the good old USA. You know what I mean? And these corporations are all a part of it. It's all one big game. Let's not lie to ourselves. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell you a joke. I will never tell you a lie though. Listen, it's all a big part of it. I'm not gonna act like it's not. And yes, it's somewhat, disheartening. That there's people that make way more, 200, 300, 400 times more than you. Sure. And those are the bees that just so happen to be a little smarter than you, most likely. Or a little bit more well-connected than you, most likely. There's someone they knew a little bit more than you, or they're a little bit better at the thing that they do. And yes, being a human is one of the only existences where people actually think about this. Like, you think a fucking lion or a gazelle sits around and thinks about, it really sucks I gotta run from this lion today. It really sucks I gotta go chase this gazelle today. No, they just do it. They literally just do it, bro. And it's the same thing, bro. Like, literally every human has this thought like, oh my God, like I have to wake up and go to work today. Like, your life is cushy. 90% of you ride to work in a vehicle that's over $10,000, in an air-conditioned car, go to a job that is 90% of the time is air-conditioned. It's such a joke. And then you come and you're complaining because someone else goes out and kills your food for you and puts it in a wrapper and leaves it on a shelf. What are you mad about? I'm mad that you're mad. There's no way. And then these yuppies sit around and complain. Come on. You're more privileged than 1,000 years ago. People would die to live like you live right now. We live better than kings and queens right now. Right now. A peasant, a poor person who has nothing, has more opportunities than the average citizen walking around 1,000 years ago. Easily. Do you think what was the government assistance looking like in fucking 1795? What did it look like back then? I mean, I don't know. That might have been actually a wild statement to say, but I mean, seriously, people are so lost. It's crazy how silly some of these comments are and how out of touch people are with reality. Like, You are so lucky and so overprivileged. Like there's literally not, does any other animal get to retire? Like we have systems in place where if you put money into them for 20, 30, 40 years, and you get to grow old if you take decent care of yourself and actually eat real food and exercise a little bit like, humans had to do when they had to go catch their food, and you actually do that. You live a decent life. You don't smoke cigarettes. You don't drink a bunch of alcohol, and you live a decent life. When you're 60 and 70, guess what? There'll be money there for you because you paid into a system. And they've been saying Social Security is going away for the last 40 years of my life. It's still here. It might not be what it used to be, but it's still here. You can invest into the stock market, S&P 500. You'll be all right. And it's just like people just feel like, I don't know. I think it's our brains. I think it's one of the things that makes humans obviously different than every other animal at the same time. And it's the beauty about being human, obviously, because we can ruminate and think about, what else there is to life and what else more could we be doing with our life. Sure, that's a beautiful thing in a lot of ways, and it's what makes us unique. Obviously, it's why we're basically just apes with cell phones at the end of the day. Like, that's really what we are. I don't know what you believe in, but at the end of the day, evolution is one of the most solid pieces of scientific evidence, one of the most solid scientific fields that there's out there. So the idea that evolution is pretty much a fact at this point is not really that debatable. So we're here now as these developed apes, and our brains are massive, and we're able to think about our problems and how things are bad and life is crazy. And no, like the idea that we're upset that we gotta work for our food is just crazy. Like, no, like there is no okay, here we go. Here are some of the examples that I got. I did a quick AI overview. So take this with a grain of salt. I have been reading up on this a little bit, but here's a quick AI overview of what it means for an animal to retire. Most wild animals do not retire in the human sense. The concept of retirement does not apply to certain animals, particularly those that work with or for humans. These include service animals, lab animals, and circus or performance animals, all of which may have post-work phases of life. Retired working animals. So we got service and assistant animals. They might live out their lives as pets with their handler. That's about as close as you get. You got circus animals and lab animals. After a while, they're retired and they don't have to work anymore. Farm dogs, maybe after they're like done working. But every other animal has to go out and work for their food every day, man. They just have to. And it's strictly a human thing to think that you should get to retire from your life. You know what I mean? Like the fact that that's even a concept for us, we should be grateful that we could potentially, if we set ourselves up right and we're smart about it in our 20s and 30s, that potentially you could spend the later days of your human existence relaxing and just kind of like existing and still have enough money to pay for your food every day is a beautiful thing. So like going to work for one of these corporations isn't all that bad. I used to be one of these guys who sat around and I thought about this kind of stuff and I thought like, oh my God, the world is so terrible. And like, why do I have to do this? And like, why do I have to wake up and go to work? But it's like, you're privileged. You're lucky to get up and go to work. It's like, dude, do you know what happens to apes in the wild when they get old? They just get murdered. Like literally another group of apes will just come through and just, especially if you're a man, a male ape, you just get ran over by younger male apes. Like literally, that's what happens to you. Go watch the documentary called Chimps on Netflix and watch what happens to the older male. It's like, dude, it's a dog eat dog world. It's not fun. And I think a lot of people just really need to realize that like, you're lucky. Life is good, man. Go to work. Come home at 5 o'clock, sit on your ass. You can watch your Netflix. You know what I mean? Hand in your pants, do your art, maybe hang out with your family. Because I really think that's the other side of this. There's a lot of people that are like, especially, and I'm guilty. Like I'm in this party of people who are part of the problem. But a lot of us get into our, late 20s, early 30s, and we haven't had kids yet. We haven't started a family. And yes, I get it. Things are expensive and you're scared to do it because you feel like, you don't have enough resources to do so. But at the end of the day, you probably have more than enough. You just aren't willing to live humbly enough to make it happen. And this is a big issue for humans, I think, as a whole, is it's really a lot of what plagues us is we don't feel like we're doing enough. We can't show off enough. We don't have enough to like be flashy, and we're scared that our kids aren't going to get to be flashy and have all the new stuff and show off all the fun ornaments to their other friends and stuff. When in reality, like that is not what's important. What's important is being able to work, earn food, earn resources, pass on your genetics. If you're able to do both of those things at even a middle class, even a low middle class level, you're in a pretty good situation. Now, if you're someone who's struggling with those things and know you genuinely can't provide even basic levels of resources for yourself, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should figure out a better way to like what else you can do. Is there something you can do better? Is there something that you can offer more to the system, to the queen bee that will make you a little bit better of a paid bee? Like figure that out. But most of us are not in that boat. That's a small percentage of the society, I think, especially in US. Can't speak for every country. And it might be a growing portion of the population, but it's a much smaller portion of the population than we want to recognize. We tend to over analyze the marginalized. We tend to over index how many of them there actually are that aren't doing it by at least. And I'm removing the ones who've like made like just absolute awful decisions with their life, because those ones I feel like people are always going to slip through the margins. It's just part of it. And yes, we can try to help them a little bit, but there's only so much we can do. But yeah, man, I don't know. I see this, and honestly, like sometimes it used to get to me. I used to be like, yeah, I think they're right. And now it just like kind of annoys me, man. Just kind of annoys me. Just kind of annoys me that people sit around and are like, oh my God, my life is so bad. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just kind of how I feel about it now. It's just like, just annoying to me, honestly. Let's read some of these comments.
On this earth, man.
Watch the movie Groundhog Day. Facts. They are selling us water, bro. That's kind of funny that we buy water. I'd rather buy a filter. America is not a country, it's a corporation. Pay every month for car insurance. No accidents all year. Don't get any money back. Now that is a legit scam. So there's some real stuff out there like that. I agree with. Who made up credit scores? I mean, I don't know. People are waking up. No, they're not. They're still asleep. We are slaves. It's not just America. It's the whole damn world. We all need to stop. Meanwhile, the government, that's kind of funny. I don't see the point anymore. You don't have to. Just stop. And then everyone pretends we're better than each other based on our jobs and brags how long we worked overtime. Like, yeah, I think working overtime sometimes can be kind of stupid. It's just like, oh, I need these things. It's such a miserable existence. Like, really, is it? While you're typing on your $1,000 fucking phone. Let's see what your life looks like. Adventures of Lao. You live in Laos? Wait, hold on. I don't know, and I'm sure you're you're going to Turks. Okay. I'm sure you're glamorizing some of the best stuff in your life, but like, I don't know. This doesn't look like such a miserable existence to me, honestly. I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. You're hanging out on beaches. You're hanging out in Turks and Caicos, but it's a miserable existence. I don't know. Maybe I'm the issue. Maybe it's me. I don't know, man. People just need to really get their freaking shit together, man. Really start thinking about like, yeah, your life ain't as bad as you thought it was. Your life really ain't that bad. I'm telling you. You think it is, it ain't that bad, bro. Sorry. Anyways, I'm moving along, man. I'm over it, man. I think people are silly, bro. I think people are mad silly, bro. But this man, why do I don't know. If you guys like these kind of takes, man, I'm always here for it. I only spit it to you real. I ain't just gonna come up here and just try to be give you an alternative opinion, just being a contrarian, just to be a contrarian. I'm gonna give it to you raw. If I believe it and I agree with what they're saying, I'll agree. But like, I'm not up here just gonna give you some cookie cutter answer and just like, yeah, the world does suck. We should have free everything. Everything should be free. Nah. Go fucking hunt. Go get a deer. Learn how to cook it. Do what humans used to do in early fucking Homo sapien times. Do what they used to do, bro. Their life was a lot harder than yours, fam. Just saying.